Thank you all for being here. At this time, I will call the special called meeting of the Fayette County Board of Elections to order. First item on the agenda, of course, is the approval of the agenda, and I would accept a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we accept the agenda as presented.
Motion has been made. Second has been made. All in favor? Or, excuse me.
Aye.
Discussion.
Discussion first. No discussion? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Okay, that brings us on to public comment. Speakers will be given a 5-minute maximum time limit to speak before the Board of Elections about various topics, issues, and concerns. Speakers must direct comments to the board. Responses are reserved at the direction of the board. Do we have anybody for public comment at this meeting? Maybe? No. Looks like not at this one. Maybe at 5 o'clock. I'll see you soon. With that, I will go ahead and close public comment. That brings us on to our only item of new business for the day, which of course is the review of precinct returns from this special Public Service Commission primary runoff. Did I get it? I think I got it.
You got it right.
Right?
You got it right.
There we go. So I'll turn it over to Director Garrett to explain a little bit about some of the results that we're taking a peek at.
Greetings, board. In front of you in your packets, so at the top of your packets in the beginning is only your special called material. So you will see your advanced voting report that you receive daily and your election summary report that is unofficial and complete. You have your statement of votes cast. Can this be heard? And you also have a list of precincts that has a column that says regular. These are your election day check-ins. So this is comparing to the statement of vote cast that everyone's vote was processed and that it coincides with each other. You will now take this time to review and ask me any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Director Garrett.
I'm ready.
Any initial questions from the board?
On the all contests, all districts, all precincts, etc., broken down by method, voter method. Is there something automatic in the report tools that will, add up the counts for each of the precincts, for each of the voting methods to confirm that it agrees with the totals?
When you say in the report system, you mean like our EMS versus Jarvis?
When you send in your report, you send them in, you upload them to
The memory cards.
Huh?
The memory cards, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And you upload them to the
EMS system. Mhm.
Server. Okay.
Yes.
So all of our totals and the individual reports like this go to the Secretary of State. My only question is, because I didn't come over today, was does anyone or within the system, does it go through and add up for all the precincts, each of the voting methods to make sure that what we've uploaded, everything was, is there something, that's my question, is there something in the system
Yes
that
and no.
double checks the system?
So the EMS, where the memory cards go, where this election summary report and the statement of votes cast, most importantly, let's focus on the statement of votes cast. So that whole system is not connected to the internet or anything. The only way it goes to the Secretary of State is through a USB drive that comes from the EMS room to me on election night, back and forth. I upload the information into the system in which we can pull reports from both systems to make sure that they match. So in front of you, you have a grid with the locations, this paper here. These are our poll pad check-ins. We would compare that to our statement of votes cast. That's the easiest way. It's a couple of different reports that we run because we also have absentee, which is typically bigger, and absentee includes advanced voting. So we compare these numbers against each other to make sure they match. So that's how we do our checks and balances.
Yeah, that was my question. So
got it.
thank you.
You're
Okay.
welcome. Any other questions for the director at this time?
Do you have any discretion, Brianna, on this summary? Do you have any discretion on, you have the code, which means nothing to us. The code 056001, et cetera, that means nothing to me. And then we have 56 is the county code, correct? And then we have the name of the place. I'm just wondering if there's any way to, in the future, when we have a summary sheet like this, that it could actually put the precinct number?
If we do it manually, but that comes from the EPOS, which is what connects to PollPad and Jarvis. That's what connects the two. So I've tried every single way in my Excel sheet, but the only way would be manually to go in every election and add the precinct number and then put it in order.
Okay, so this is a suggestion we need to make to the Secretary of State. Is that right, to change the form?
To just add to the, what is this report called? Just to add to precinct numbers, but everyone doesn't use precinct numbers, so it might not work. But I mean, I'm sure they're open to suggestions. Absolutely.
It's just a question. It would make it easier if we're supposed to be
Yes.
looking at numbers.
Right, right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Trinity is McIntosh. Director Garrett, another question, sorry. On, again, I always ask this because I stay confused. When we say registered voters and you've brought those figures over to the precinct to do the turnout, and I presume that that's updated through the date of the election, the number of registered voters for that precinct?
There's a cutoff for voter registration, so it's updated through there. The only way that number changes during our election posture is if someone cancels their registration, or let's just say they completed a voter registration and it went to the Secretary of State and they are delayed on sending it to us. So they'll stamp it for the date and send us a letter in our box or a notification that this person should actually be active now and to go ahead and process them.
Okay, but is that number actually registered voters, not active voters?
That's
That sh-
active only. It does not include inactive.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's hard to match these numbers. You have to find a number and then search on it here. It does need, the form does need to be improved. It's gonna make it much quicker
Yeah.
if we can have the precinct number or something.
Well, I actually think for me, I was doing it the wrong way. I was going from here, if I knew where the location was, over to the precinct. But it goes much faster if you go from here and do the ones that you know where they are.
Yeah, you
can
take
find
the,
location
you
easier
take
than-
the, well, what I'm doing, I take the election day number from that precinct on this form, and then searching over here to find that number
Yeah,
and match it against, okay, I think that's the place where it was. I went to 12 of them, but I don't,
right.
you know, it was,
Right.
I don't have my memory to do all that, but, I mean, I think if we, you know, I'm just going through and randomly checking
Yeah,
numbers
exactly.
against what the
Sure.
report says. So, I hadn't found anything wrong, so
Yeah.
I'm good.
Any other questions for the director from the board? No? Good? Okay, and I don't believe the board is required to needs any action on this one. So with that, I can go ahead and move on to our next item on the agenda, which is executive session, which we do not need for today. And then with that, that brings us to our final item of this 3 p.m. Early meeting, adjournment. I would go ahead and accept a motion.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we adjourn this meeting, special called meeting.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.